Got me doing these 90s flows, you know what?
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a detailed review this morning of this beautiful 2019 CRF 450L from Honda. Just do a walk around real quick. A little bit dirty, but not too much. Just some good footage here. So yeah, this thing's been amazing. I guess we could start with the motor. The motor's been pretty much flawless for me. Let me think here. I changed the oil 3 times so far. I changed it once at 100 miles. I changed it once at about 600 miles. And I also changed it at, well, I guess that's it actually. I think only twice so far. Yeah, I think I've only changed it twice so far. And the second oil change, I did put the semi-synthetic oil in there. So basically it's had 3 batches of oil in it. So yeah, with the semi-synthetic Honda oil, I think I'm gonna probably let that go. I'm probably gonna let that go for 1,000 miles. So I'll change it again probably after 1,000 miles. I really don't think that I need to be changing it every 600 when I'm just running it on the street. The air filter's been really clean, and yeah, it's just and when I take the oil out, it's very clean as well. I'll videotape one of the oil changes one of these days. So that's the engine in a nutshell. You know, you got 6 speeds. Your top speed's about 90, right around 90 miles an hour, maybe a little more, and then you hit a rev limiter. It's very smooth. It does have an on-off, like people, it does have a, you know, a sensitive throttle. So that's, I mean, it's a motocross bike, so what are you going to expect with that? I haven't had any issues with the motor or anything. I've been lubing the chain up. Probably not enough, but I do put the dry chain wax on there. I haven't messed with sprockets or anything like that. Down here, when you're changing the oil, you just basically have a bolt here, another one over here, one on the bottom. You drop the skid plate off, and then you have one big bolt down there in the bottom of the engine, and then you're good to go with the oil change. And then you have to remove one of these side covers, these plastic side covers, to get to the oil filter, which is underneath here. The whole oil change, once you got it down, it's not bad at all. And then also the dipstick. Yeah, here we go. I could show you what the dipstick looks like. There's the dipstick. I mean, you can see right there that oil. I mean, look how clean that is. That's after 200 and some odd miles. So I've really noticed a difference in the cleanliness of the oil, how good it looks after I switch to the part synthetic. It stays cleaner. That oil does seem to stay cleaner a lot longer. So, all right, moving on from the engine, that's all I really have to say about that. The clutch is very sensitive. The brake is very sensitive as well, but the clutch, it's like, I mean, full clutch, full engaged to then not engaged at all. Like, that's clutch in, just like right there. That's how much movement you're getting. So that's when you hear people talk about, you know, you just have a small little bit of clutch in there, you know, if you know what I'm saying, from engaged to not engaged. I put the ram mount mirror, which I've talked about before. It's called the double take, I think is the name of the mirror, and it's awesome. You could just kind of squirrel it away. You just loosen up your ram mount there, and then you can bring it down And the one thing that I dislike about this ram mount setup, see if I can take it off all the way. Hang on, I don't want to drop it. So you see, when you tighten it down to where it actually holds, you see it actually deforms the rubberized ram mount ball there. So it's not a huge deal, but you see, you can even see the words ram in it, probably. So they could probably do something maybe a little different with that, make it a harder rubber or something, because I'm not a big fan of that, but that's not a huge deal. I mean, it still works, and I'm sure you can buy a new one of those balls for next to nothing, but I don't really like that feature that gets all deformed like that, because when you're trying to adjust this thing and it's trying to move on that ball, it doesn't move as freely. But yeah, you can scroll it away like that, and it's, I mean, it holds it nice and tight. The other thing I love that I've done, one of my favorite things I've done on this bike is those ODI. Now these are white ones and they're soft, so they do get a little bit discolored, but the ODI grips right here are lock on, so they come with that collar on them. See that? And you just lock them on. You don't have to worry about any grip glue or anything like that. And then the throttle side comes with the whole throttle sleeve and everything. You just take these two bolts out, remove it, and then you got your whole throttle sleeve in there like that. So that's really cool. I like that. Right now the bike's at about 920 miles. I also have another ram mount ball right here for another phone mount from them. I did change out the bar pad to the green just because I like the green. I catch some flack. Some haters are hating on my white fender, but I like it a lot. Haven't had any issues with the rims. Oh, I mean, these are solid rims. I don't know what a pair of these cost, but they're nice for factory rims. Those DID Dirt Stars are very nice. Get up in there. Fork seals, all good after 1,000 miles. No oil on them. Nothing like that. You can see down there how low I get into the stroke of them, probably. Looks like typically maybe just down to right about here. I gotta clean those off. Brakes have been awesome. I painted this pipe guard. Get a little more white in there. Foot pegs, I really like the foot peg. No complaints. Brakes, solid, no complaints. Overall experience on this bike, it's been good. It's not gonna be as smooth. The riding experience is not as smooth as you might think. It's not bad at all. It's a blast, but it is, I mean, if you've rode a 450 motocross bike, this is not far from just, I mean, I look at it, I mean, what can I say? It feels like you're riding a motocross bike on the street. The tires are amazing. You can see how much wear I got on the tires so far, but they're pretty worn down, but not too bad. That's 1,000 miles, but man, these things grip. I'm telling you, these stock tires are not bad, and you can get them into the corners. Looks like I got them worn down for about here. I don't know, nothing crazy, but you can definitely get them into the corners. They bite. I haven't had them slip at all. I did cut this chain guard down. The stock one was huge, like came all the way up through here like that. I just cut it down and made a little chain guard out of it. So that's one thing I changed. I haven't adjusted my shock or anything like that. I've checked my air filter out. I haven't cleaned it yet. I'm waiting for Twin Air to come out with a new air filter. I think they might have one. I just need to get it on order. The weight of the bike is not an issue. I mean, I think it's extremely lightweight. It's, you know, you can easily pick it up. I could pick it up with one arm if it's on the ground. The fuel economy, real quick while we're on this subject, when it hits, so how it works, how the gauge works is it tells you how much fuel you've consumed. So every time you get gas, you got to reset that clock, and then it's going to tell you you've consumed 0.1 gallon, 0.2 gallons, 0.3 of a gallon. Once it gets to 1.9 gallons, that thing is extremely accurate. You will, if it hits 2 gallons, you will run out of gas. Luckily, if you run out of gas on this thing, you can kind of make it another few miles if you're lucky. But I've literally pretty much ran out of gas, had it shut off, and then had to restart it and ride it to a gas station like 3 separate times. I just don't learn. So far, I haven't been completely stranded with it. The pipe spats out some oil. Just wipe that off, but just something to, it's not abnormal if that happens. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video and hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is number 247 out of the production line in Japan. 247. Great quality. I mean, I'm gonna try to think of things I don't like and post a video today about things I don't like just what I don't like about this bike. I'm gonna have to think about it. All right, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Another little trick thing there. See the little Honda HRC? It's just pretty cool to me. Showa shocks, haven't adjusted anything on those yet. I do need to bleed the air. You use this screw to bleed the air out of the forks so you don't blow out your fork seals and stuff like that. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that for sure. Adjust your headlight right here. This little Phillips head makes you go up and down. The headlights are awesome on this thing, absolutely awesome. All right, thank y'all.
So I'm gonna count down from 10 to 0. But then you should know I don't really wanna take it slow. So if you love me, let's go.